Oh, wait, let me turn this up. There we go. Dude, I love the music that they have. And there's like in-game music that they're going to have as well. This is going to be dope. Hit a personal record in the gym. Boosack, that's awesome.
Hello, everybody.
We have a gym section in the Discord, by the way, Boosack. I don't know if you knew about it. You can share all your records and stuff and pictures or whatever, videos of you fucking pumping iron. Hell yeah.
Twitch channels so I can watch chat.
It's been a long time since I've been able to go to the gym. I do like exercise at home.
Discord.
Yeah, dude.
All the social.
Yes.
Twitch.
Double Dragon Battletoad comments. Hey man,
Before-
I grew up on that game, Ponce.
See,
This is from March, so we didn't see this. We're just like far behind on it.
Yes, and last
You look
night,
so cozy, though.
well, let me say I don't.
By the way, this guy is Steven
You
Shriek.
look
This is the
cozy.
creative
You're
director.
very, very
He is the
comfortable.
guy
Well,
that is
welcome,
heading this
everybody.
entire project.
Salutations and
This is
welcome
the
to our glorious
multi-millionaire who's like
development
poured
update.
in
We hope that you are
millions of
well
his own
and
money
safe. Hopefully
into
you're not sick like Steven is.
Ashes of Creation
But
itself,
we
as
are
like
still here. We're
really
still
starting
gonna
it as a
give you
passion
guys a great
project.
monthly
He loves
update.
MMOs. He grew up
For
on
those of
like
you who,
Ultima and
maybe
all
don't
that,
follow us very
all
closely,
those
you might not see
amazing
all the
older
things that we're doing.
older MMOs that were
This
like
is
really
your
about
little
like the
update for what
challenge,
we've been
about
working
like
on.
the single
So
player
just to remind you
experience,
of
as
what
well
we're covering
as
today,
playing
we'll
with
be
a
going over
group
some
and like
quick
really
reminders.
growing,
We have a
really
little
in-depth mechanics. This is like what he
announcement.
loves.
We'll be
And
showing
you
our
know, all
Carpet
those
preview, which you
OG
got a little
games,
teaser
Arcade and
of
such,
last
before
month.
Arcade was
Yeah.
ruined
And
by
then, we
microtransactions.
also have
So
some
there will
character
never
art
be
and some
microtransactions
additional
for
art
money
update as
in
well,
this
and
game,
then studio
because
update
he's an
and Q&A.
absolutely
So
passionate
we
guy.
hope
And it's
that y'all
really
are doing
dope. It's really,
well.
really dope.
I'm
The
excited.
lovely
that
Amazon
we just,
Bree. What kind of pizza, friend?
You know,
Hell
wrapped
yeah.
up one of our milestones,
Oops,
milestone
didn't mean to do
4
that.
for us internally, and for those of you who don't,
We're just
which
gonna
is-
skip.
first and foremost, we do have our YouTube subscriber comment. If you
Okay,
don't know,
let's see.
if you
So they're
subscribe
doing
to us
Q&A,
over on
looks
YouTube
like to
and
start.
you comment as a subscriber
No liquor.
on our development
That's
update
okay.
video. You
Hey, if you're
could be
stressed
chosen
and
to be
like such,
spotlighted.
it's
And
probably best
today's
not to stress
spotlight,
drink. So
I will
probably
switch
healthier.
over to that scene,
Are we
is
months
from
away from
Papa
Alpha
Smurf
2?
6834,
Okay, well, we
and
don't
they're-
need to know the answer to this one because it is December of this year and there's still no Alpha 2, so we can skip that question.
2 is not right around the corner. Going to hit those dates, or at least.
Okay.
That's going to be all public, right? You guys
We're zooming.
probably the most ambitious fantasy MMORPG.
It is. This, dude, I'm so excited.
Right?
Broccoli on a
Obviously,
pizza?
other products,
What the
other
fuck?
franchises
Tomato
have
makes
had
sense.
a decade plus to introduce and trickle out content, and one of the
greater than
Okay, we're just gonna go to the actual
change
update.
the world around you to reflect.
Here we go. Here we go. So this is the mechanic.
The Tower of Carfen from a lore perspective.
This is what I want to know about right here.
And then in addition, we wanted to
New York style pizza.
showcase
That's
some
good.
systems,
I don't
new
like
systems,
Chicago style
that
pizza.
have been
It's
brought online
too
from a narrative
heavy.
perspective as well, as it relates to our story arcs.
Right.
So this is a deep dive in both the lore of Carfen, as well as the system of our story arcs and how they change the world around you to reflect different chapters and/or paths that story arcs can take based off of player activity. You'll see the world change a little bit. I want to preface that, of course, this is all a work in progress.
Right.
You are taking a look at something that is still very much in the alpha.
Barbecue? Oh God,
In the
barbecue?
alpha phase.
No, man, I
both
love tomato
visually,
sauce.
And in particular, you'll notice before the transition of the zone, which happens about 6 minutes into this video, you'll see it in the non-active state. And there's some lighting there that we're still fixing.
Interesting. Okay.
Some of the materials and whatnot. But you're going to see it in the corrupt state after about the 6 minute mark. And it is pretty.
Ooh.
It's
So an
pretty
entire
gnarly.
zone
It's
can
pretty
get
cool.
corrupted and
Yeah,
like
it is
change.
absolutely.
it's just it's neat. It's
Dude, have
different.
you seen that in an MMO
and
before?
more
Because
dynamic.
like apparently
Yeah,
Guild
and I
Wars
think
does
that
this,
people
but I've
will
never
like
really
it. So
played Guild
Yes,
Wars.
Let's
so,
get to
So I'm
you
not
guys
really
will
sure
enjoy.
about.
We'll see you in
We'll
a
see you
little
I've
bit.
never really
inside.
seen that, but it just sounds so cool. All right, here's the actual gameplay, guys. Here's the actual gameplay now. Go on Guild
Hello,
Wars.
everyone, and welcome
I think
to
is it Guild Wars 1 or 2 that
another
has the
stream
note system?
from Vera. We have been building up, I think, to this moment a little bit. In the
Dude, I love
showcase
this
for
armor.
The tower.
Look
Carpet.
at this armor. This is so
And
fucking cool.
I think
This
there's
is
been
so dope.
some lore that we released
years, gotcha.
during last November's Extra Life live stream. We played through a portion, I believe, of this tower.
Okay.
And now we have an opportunity to take a look together, a little sneak peek, a small portion of this area and the
RuneScape?
lore
Yeah,
behind it.
Lana plays a lot of
And we're
RuneScape.
also going to take a focus with some of the developers that'll be joining us here in a second. I'll introduce them into the system of our story arcs.
Okay.
And how that system works.
Story is like
in
one of the most
reflecting
important
changes
things for me in
that
an
players
MMO, man.
Elicit from
It's
the
so
world
important.
of Vera. So I want to introduce one of our senior designers, Scott. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing very good. Thank you for asking.
Welcome. Welcome to your design become reality.
Thank you.
Look at that, dude. Look at this giant tower.
This is, Scott
Guys,
has
this is
been
not
working
like
on the
backdrop.
narrative
This is a
for
real
this
tower
particular
in the
story arc
game that
we're
you
all
go
gonna see
into.
in a second. With his team, with whom we are joined by one of our designers, Aimee. Aimee, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good, Stephen.
Welcome. This is, I think, is this your first time on the stream?
It is, yeah.
That is awesome. Aimee is one of our incredibly talented designers.
What's an
who
MMO and is League an
is helping
MMO?
create the
League is
narrative
not an
around,
MMO. So MMO is massively multiplayer online RPG. It's an MMORPG. So it's a game that you play together on a essentially persistent server with like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands, depending on the game. Other people on a server. So World of Warcraft is one of the most popular MMOs. RuneScape is an OG MMO. There's a whole bunch of MMOs out there. Yeah, like World of Warcraft. Exactly. League is a multiplayer online game, but it is a MOBA. So what that means is a MOBA is multiplayer online battle arena. So that's why it only lasts an hour. It's not a persistent online game. It's one match and then you're done, kind of thing. And ESO is the best MMO. I like ESO. It's definitely not my favorite MMO, but I do like ESO. Bola Beats, welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're having a great night. Happy evening, buddy. Welcome. Yeah, old school RuneScape is an MMO. Yeah. I mean, new school RuneScape is an MMO as well. So yeah, there's a lot of MMOs out there, but this one is the most interesting personally one for me. OSRS is a good time. I heard.
Vera.
I would like to play it someday.
And you guys may have played some of her quests in
Dude, look,
Alpha 1.
So, but yeah,
actually.
this is a
One
place
in
you can go,
particular
guys.
Is I believe it was the
How
Lost
dope
Pages
does this
and
look?
the that
my
spider
God.
quest, was that right? I mean, were those yours?
Those were my quests, yeah. Thanks for
Are you
remembering.
login so you
I
start
know,
from
they're
scratch
great.
each time?
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
what?
Super
You
excited
start an
to join
MMO from
today.
scratch each time? There's no way.
We're very excited.
I'm gonna take the longest to
have
develop.
you.
They're
then, in
very
addition,
complicated to develop.
we
I wouldn't
have,
say the longest
what
because
is
you have like a
soon
game like
becoming a
GTA
regular
6,
on the
which
streams.
apparently, according to the devs,
Mr.
but it
Jeremy,
is
one of
Rockstar
our
and they
senior
lie all the
designers.
time,
How
so
you
who
doing,
knows?
buddy?
But
I'm doing good.
if you
Happy
listen to them, they
show
say
off
it took
Scott's
them 10
masterpiece
years
creation
to
here.
even start
Yes.
developing GTA 6 and
Oh my
$2 billion.
Land it
But
on thick,
in general, I think
know,
MMOs
wow.
are extremely difficult to
Love it.
develop.
Pretty
They're
exciting.
huge.
It is exciting.
They're
I
absolutely
mean, I've always
huge.
said that nodes is the new hotness that we've been showing, and story arcs are the new hotness we've been hiding.
Yes, agreed. Totally agreed.
And so, like, story arcs
so
affect
one of the
nodes.
first things that you guys are going to notice
seems.
in this environment is that
How's it sound, by the way,
we
guys?
have
Does it
this
sound good?
perspective
Is it
of
too
the-
loud?
of the
What do you guys
tower.
think? I can turn it up or down.
And I think.
Can you still hear my
Scott,
voice
Do you want
over
to talk
it?
a little bit about
And can
story
you hear?
arcs as a
What
system?
do you guys think? Let me know.
Yeah, sure. So it's helpful, I think, to think about story arcs as kind
Okay.
of like a prepackaged tabletop campaign.
I'll turn it down just a little bit.
They contain like all of the NPCs and
There we go.
quests and monsters, like all the things you need to make a cool.
All the things you
fantasy
need.
story.
All the things you need.
They're not procedurally generated. We author them. We write all the dialogue and we construct all the narrative beats and everything like that. But
Right.
they will enter the world dynamically depending on the state that the world is currently in, how players have built up
Spec Ops,
specific
buddy.
nodes,
Welcome,
like
my
what
friend.
races
It is great
control
to see you
various
again.
nodes.
How have you been, man? We haven't seen
we
you
have plans
in
to
a
include lots
hot
of different
minute.
things on top of that.
Hope life is going
Um,
super well. We miss you, buddy.
But yeah,
This
it's-
is we're
we don't have
showcasing a
any
game
quest hubs or anything like that in this
called
game because
Ashes of
players build
Creation. which
all the
is
cities.
like one of my
So we had
favorite
to get the
MMOs to
system
cover
that
because it's
kind
going
of
to
looks at
be
what players
a
are doing and
awesome,
can
awesome,
inject content
hopefully,
into the
really
world
good
that makes
upcoming
sense for what they're
MMO.
doing.
So, are you a big fan of
So
MMOs,
it
man?
has, like,
Let me know.
the world decides in the state that it's in that we're
Fires
gonna now
going
play
on it?
this module.
Sit
We're
down
gonna-
and find out,
because of the
Spec Ops.
state
I'm
of
not
the
sure, dude. We're
nodes
catching
being
up.
this way and
I haven't
certain
covered
races
this
have
game in a
one,
long
we're gonna
time,
play
so we're
Commercial
literally
Strahd,
just catching
we're
up.
gonna do
Diamond
Bloodstone
Steve, buddy, how
Gate,
you doing,
we're gonna
man?
do
Welcome
this
back.
module
We miss you. We haven't seen you in 1,000
one
years.
of the things that I
How
find
you been,
most
buddy?
unique
Welcome, my
about,
friend. We
our
love having you
story
in here,
arc
man.
system
We're doing
is
some
that
just
they're
chatting at the moment.
intended to
Welcome.
represent change.
Pull up a chair.
Change within
Enjoy the vibes.
the story of what Vera is telling. And we don't just do
Vera
that
is the
through
world of Ashes of
these
Creation,
new
by the
quest
way,
logs
guys.
and dialogue, but also by literally
Dude, I
changing
love
the
this two-handed
environments
sword, man. He's like, it
and
looks like he's like a
showing
tiefling
these
dude or something.
active
He has like these
states
horns.
that represent
I
what is
don't
happening.
think that's
and
a
what
helmet. I
choices
see
players
pointed
have made
ears. He might be like
previously
some
in
kind of
different
elf.
chapters, perhaps, of other story
A
arcs.
lot of times the
So,
devs, when they're doing these
I know that
showcases, they
we
hide
have been
things.
working hard on
They
this,
like,
your
you know,
team's
they
been
show
working
you, but they don't really
particularly
like
hard
point it
with
out.
engineering to
So they
kind
like kind of like have you
stand the
figure out what
system
they're
up
showing
over
as
the
well.
last several months. But you have the ability to
There you go,
push
Diamond
us
Steve. Welcome,
into
buddy.
the next chapter manually.
Enjoy the
correct?
good vibes. Are you?
Yeah,
You like MMOs, right, Diamond?
Normally, this is
I
a
think
story
so.
that would require
I think you'll like
us
this.
to have built up
Pull up a chair. Enjoy the
some,
good vibes.
the nodes in the area. Either you could just build up Miraleth directly to get
Then
access
find
to
out
where we're
about
going,
Ashes of
or
Creation with
any
us,
of the nodes
man.
in the
Look at this.
Riverlands could have leveled up to a certain amount.
This one looks very,
to
very
have
awesome.
basically enabled the story. to spawn, but
Selkie,
I'll
welcome, my friend. It's
I'll
great
just turn
to see
this
you
on
tonight.
for us now.
How have you been,
manually.
buddy?
Let's see.
That's
Tell
good.
us about your
Get
night.
ready, ladies
2
and
a.m.
gentlemen.
soup time.
Alright.
Ooh.
Welcome
What kind of
Push it,
soup?
takes a second, but it will kick on.
to the Tower of Carfin.
Okay.
And
So they're
Yes, sir.
basically doing their dev tools.
There it goes.
Oh shit!
uh-oh.
Holy shit, man! This is an in-game event, guys. The fucking tower
Oh,
exploded.
things are getting red.
The entire world is
complete-
changing right here. Holy
What is that?
crap!
The
Oh,
blood.
Oh, dude, it's getting spooky.
Oh,
This
the
thing
blood.
The
really
blood
still
still
do?
do.
There it is. It's paying right now.
Oh my
Oh my God.
gosh.
So basically, because
So,
of like
yeah,
the
when
zone,
stories come online, they change a
Yeah,
lot
here
of
we
the
go.
environment. They update what monsters
Everything
are in the
updated.
world. They create quest NPCs. You can see.
and this is
Um,
not
Oren, he's not
instance. This
normally
is
here. We
how
moved him
it
for
looks
the
for every
of
person
this.
in the game in this area right
and then,
now.
Yeah, new
by the way.
pathways can open up through the environment.
Is the bridge moving?
Holy shit! It actually
Oh
opens
my
up an actual
gosh.
bridge here.
Oh,
Dude,
that's
what the
nasty. What are
fuck?
the vines?
This is some, like,
it's,
Gandalf shit,
it's
man.
corruption. There's so a very
Perfect upon release. It definitely
very
helps.
terrible
Games
curse,
die really fast
uh,
nowadays, Busak.
is sort of
So if a game
remaining
doesn't
here
come out in
after
good quality,
a,
it's just shit on.
sort of desperate spell was cast during the Harbinger apocalypse. You saw
It's not
a bit
always
of that
the case,
spell being
but
replayed
definitely
at the
makes
top
a big
of the tower
difference.
there.
Holy
but
shit.
when the ancients were advancing toward the Aelan capital, where Carfin is sort of strategically positioned between
Dude,
where the
is anyone else
Harbinger
impressed by
comet
this? Because
landed
like I'm
and the
fucking
Aelan
losing my
capital.
mind here, guys.
The
This
mages
is
here,
insane.
And Carfin was known throughout the Aelan Empire for its magical prowess. The head
Wow.
mage
Basically, an
here,
entire pathway just
did
opened
a very
up
desperate and dangerous spell to slow
because they
nation's
like did
advance
certain
and-
quests in this area and
And that
such.
was to
seeing
buy
now
the
is-
Like, this is-
time
this is what it'll
for
be like to
the-
play
for the
this game.
capital of Ayla, where they were building one of the divine gateways.
Exactly.
So they're sharing
so
some
they-
lore.
Opening people to get out.
Right. They needed more time. They needed. They
The
needed to make
lore
space
in this
for
game
them.
has been like
They did
lovingly
something pretty
handcrafted. I can
terrible
tell.
To do that. It bought them
Oh,
the
okay.
time,
So
but
there's
as you can
vaulting.
see, this
There's
once
there's
great
jumping
city
and vaulting
has suffered
mechanics.
a great
That's
cost.
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Wow, this is
Um,
cool. I like the little jump puzzle. This is awesome.
I wonder if you'll die
What
if you
is
fall.
that?
I bet you will.
Here all the time.
I see someone
the
down
story
there.
arc
Dude, hold
of
on,
this
hold on.
bridge form.
Some guy named Short is down there in the bottom left. He might have fallen. They didn't really like talk about it, but he might have just fallen the jump and missed the jump, man.
This bridge might also appear if you've leveled up Miraleth enough to create kind of this pathway. Otherwise, there's other ways to get there, but more dangerous ways.
Is that a What is that down there?
That's a fiend golem. Or a
Fiend golem.
flesh golem.
A flesh. What the fuck, dude? That is apparently a giant flesh golem that fell. Holy shit!
Oh, I like how the light just lit up to showcase the.
Oh
the
my
body.
god, what
That's
game is this?
crazy.
Cream Bunny friend,
Super
welcome to stream,
cool.
by the way. This
And
is
so
Ashes
now
of
the-
Creation, an upcoming
spawn
MMO.
tables
And this is an
around-
update that I never saw about this game, and we're catching up because you know I followed it. I showcased a lot of the updates for this game last year, but this is an update from March of this year, and we just completely missed it because I got really busy with all kinds of other games and such, and so we're kind of catching up. But so this is an MMO called Ashes of Creation. It is one that I'm very, very passionate about, wanting to learn about, and I love MMOs of all kinds. I love all kinds of games of all kinds, but MMOs are like particularly hard to you know, get in tune with, and I'm very excited to check this out, and that is what this game is. But Cream Bunny, what kind of games do you enjoy? We play a little bit of everything in this channel every single night, 44 months in a row. We play lots of League, we play open worlds, we play action, we play RPGs, we play horror, strategy, survival, roguelikes, narrative games. You name it, we play literally every single genre, even a couple of shooters with Valorant and Tarkov, a little bit of everything, friends. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Seems great. Oh yeah. So the really cool thing, so Cream Bunny, just to catch you up, there's a specific system that is unique to this game where each zone, and there are like 88 separate zones in this game, Cream Bunny. And the way the zoning works is that if you complete like certain quest lines and such in the zone gets upgraded and changes, right? And when that happens, entire parts of the zone can change. So this tower that they're getting to, this entire pathway, this broken bridge, wasn't in existence. So there's no way to get across to that tower until like a certain quest line was completed, and they're showcasing like what can happen in a certain zone when you are able to complete like a giant quest line in a zone, and it just opens up an entire extra dungeon and all kinds of, it seems ambitious. Oh dude, this game is giga ambitious. That's one reason I'm really passionate about this, because this game really has like a whole bunch of like very, very interesting stuff. By the way, I banned Hikari because that guy just seems fucking weird, so we're just getting rid of him. Just letting you guys know.
The
Okay.
city of Carfin have changed
Yeah.
as a result of the story arc progression.
Any things happening across all the zones?
normally,
Yes, Busak.
when the
Each
city is not in its
zone
cursed
has its
state,
own
you've
events,
got a whole
has its
subset
own
of,
nodes,
like,
everything.
like constructs and various other like arcane things.
And we
some of the
showcase a lot of
animated
games,
armors and stuff
indie
like that.
games,
Well,
MMOs,
the-
triple A's, everything in
yeah,
between, Cream
well,
Bunny.
the
So
first
no matter what
effect,
kind of
we've
games you
got
enjoy.
these,
Hop on it.
watchfuls,
If
these
you
seekers
do enjoy
here,
the vibes, feel free
they
to
have
drop
their
a
own sort of
follow. I stream
story
every
and reason
night.
for being here while the curse is active.
Welcome to the Corey Crew, friend.
Ultra Seekers, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, one thing I will say, because of the red, you know, the previous showcase that we saw was like in like a green verdant valley and stuff. So it didn't really seem too bad, but definitely I hope that they clean up the visual noise for abilities, because it's kind of really hard to see shit with all of like the big red flashes with the red background, you know?
Yeah,
So
there's
that's a little bit of an
watchful,
issue.
Watching their backs.
I mean, this is not
they
even
doing
in
what they're
alpha 2
doing?
yet, so it's like very early
Wow.
on. But it's definitely, you do
The
follow?
environment's
Oh,
so
thank
good.
you, Cream Bunny.
Unbelievable job.
Oh shit, I got
Killer
you.
job on this.
Well, welcome,
Yeah,
Cream
this
Bunny.
is-
Thank you so much for
looks
hopping back
so
in.
good.
I really appreciate you,
Overall,
you know,
it's like-
talking for the first time, and thank you for lurking.
It's
I
a
hope
blood
you're enjoying.
curse, and they really took
Great
that
to meet you, friend.
personally.
Great to talk to you again.
They said, "Oh, you want to see what corruption looks like?"
I know.
Well, what is? Talk to us.
I
a
love
little
all
bit
kinds of
about
animals, Goonie. All
blood
kinds.
magic.
All
versus
dogs.
Just normal
I love
corruption.
cats. I'm allergic to most cats, but I still love
So
them.
yeah, blood magic is a sort of illegal kind of magic, and using it in any amounts creates a certain amount of corruption in the caster,
Holy
and that corruption
shit,
can bleed
man.
over into
This place looks like spooky as hell. I love it. This is so cool.
environments and things that they draw essence from in order to cast those spells. This was. This
We
was
do have a lot of
blood
Valorant
magic
players
that,
in our Discord, by the way, Queen Bunny, and
Obviously,
everyone is like
consumed a whole
much better
heck of a
than
lot
me
of it.
in the Discord.
She
But
was
they're also like
intended
super chill.
for this kind
So
of After
and
Effects?
how's
No,
Valorant
sh-
these days?
sh-
I haven't played it in a bit.
Yeah, the major cast of this did not was not able to understand the scope of the destruction that would cause.
Dude, I love that
But
shield
also
charge.
in the final,
That is such a
the
cool
final
animation.
days of, Ancient Bear during the Harbinger Apocalypse, like
You didn't have a lot of time to research.
there was not a whole lot of deliberation. There wasn't a lot of
Like, this looks good enough.
A whole lot
I
of,
mean,
like,
I was
magical
nitpicking
research
the
and
the
safety
visual
precautions that
noise,
they could take.
but this still looks good enough to be a like
So, yeah,
really good late beta.
did his
even.
job, but
And this is only an early alpha.
Yeah, it seemed to.
This is insane quality
even
for
if
where
it
the game is
delayed
at right
a lot
now.
of a lot of the progress they made towards the portal, it seemed like they really created a lot of destruction along the way.
Carfin itself has a lot of history built into the environment here too. You'll see lots of statues and stuff around that.
This is
go
an alpha.
into it.
Yeah, this is the developer alpha right here.
The 5 main
Still
city
enjoy it?
states,
I got
the
you, P
primary
buddy. What do you
city
play
states of
nowadays?
The Aelan people. Then they would form into the Aelan Empire following the Great War of the Undying with King
I love.
Atrax.
I don't know if you guys can hear
Right
the
now,
music
so
in the
many
background,
people
but it's very understated and very spooky. It's actually
oh my
really
God,
nice.
We're finally getting lore.
We could go all day on it if you want.
We could, yeah.
Well, we don't want to give it all away.
I would love to learn
Well,
more about the
the
lore in
story
this game.
Is kind of told over the course of 4 phases, 4 chapters. Each chapter will update spawns, change the quest givers, change what quests are available, and that's
So this guy's saying, just to reiterate, this one zone has 4 separate stages. Each separate stage in the zone looks completely different. New areas open up. There are new quest givers. There are new raid bosses. Everything. And this is in one zone. This is actually insane. Started learning League? Oh, dude, I play so much League, Cream Bunny. Hell yeah, friend. We actually have a lot of information on League in here anytime. And the lovely Stasis, welcome, buddy. Love you. Welcome back. We love having you in here, man. Miss you tons. It is such a pleasure to see you. How you doing, brother, man? Welcome,
across
brother.
the server. Not,
Dude, some
it's
just
not
chatting,
like
indeed.
your
Showcasing
individual progress,
the new hotness MMO.
phases. That is, the actual quests themselves, you can progress kind of at your own pace, but as long as it's within the window of that quest's phase being active.
I mean,
This is Selkie. This is
honestly has
insane.
this much
There's a
blood.
reason I'm
This is
showcasing
crazy.
this.
This is
We're actually trying to figure out the science of, like, if you took an entire city's worth of people, how many cups of blood would you have?
Probably
that
not very
research.
many.
That's
Less
a
than you
great
think, but it
question.
wouldn't be as dramatic if we did
If you
things
had
so
an entire
realistic with
city
it.
of people, how much
Magic.
cups of blood would you
Yeah,
have?
it's magic.
Blood is persistent and eternal.
Regulation gang shit. Oh
Unless
my
we
god,
can
Stasis.
do something about this curse.
You goofball. Dude, we've been making so much YouTube stuff as well, Stasis, man. I like how they make
know, Steve, if you
clerics.
stopped and talked to
By the
Orin
way,
and
this
picked up that
guy's
question or
class
not.
is
Oh,
like I think a
no,
mix
I
of
did
warrior and
not.
cleric. Because
Oh,
I
that's-
know he's been casting abilities. I know these two, like that big X is a warrior ability that they showcased earlier in a different video. So I think he's a mix. Every class that you make in this game is a mix of 2 classes. So fighter cleric will make one, cleric will make another, fighter will make another, fighter mage will make like a spellblade kind of dude, fighter warlock will make, spellblade kind of warlock guy with like little demons and shit. Ranger fighter would be like a guy who can go into melee and range DPS kind of thing. All kinds of stuff. Every single class is a mix of 2 classes. Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, dude, I need to play Dragon's Dogma. I've never been able to do it.
I think you still
yeah.
have.
It's
How
it's
can
on my
I-
list
all the
for
quests
sure.
that were in there before.
yeah. Let me grab.
When
it.
does the
What-
new
how
one
do I
come
open my
out,
journal
Stasis?
again? What
I
is
think
that?
it's soon, isn't it?
L.
L. That's right.
Yeah, L to open your journal.
Oh
so if
yeah,
you
yeah,
look
yeah.
in
I
there,
got it. There we go.
Dude, look at the journal, man. This journal is so clean. It might be like easily already one of the best looking MMO game journals that I've ever seen. This is insane. It's just such a simple thing, but like a journal UI being interesting and immersive is like, because you'll be opening up your game journal constantly in this game. And constantly in any MMO. So when it looks good, it really makes a huge difference. So we see a timer. So there are timed quests. Okay, so this entire in-game event is like 3 days long. You can see that. 2 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, 57 seconds. So I think this is for this. Actually, all of these, it looks like it's from this area. So you get some rewards. There, I think it's like some kind of currency or some shit. We got objectives. So it looks like you can have a total of 30 quests in your journal at the moment. You have different little sub-area requirements. Objectives and such. Clean. I like it.
You can see there's other story arcs going on as well. The
You know when the new
phase
one is
timers
coming
in there
out, Stasis,
indicate
for
how
Dragon's
much
Dogma?
real world time is available to like do the quests in that phase.
I see.
What quests you do, or the quests that you do, like it's not just a matter of completing the laundry list of things that the NPC has you do, but you pick from a whole bunch of objectives, many of them optional, some of them, if not most of them, hidden.
What is
when
your
you first
favorite
undertake the
MMO
quest.
style class, Stasis?
So,
And
go
Cream
dig
Bunny,
up
and
a
anyone
guide
who
or-
plays
or
MMOs.
blaze your own trail or whatever.
Or
but
big
depending on which
RPGs.
objectives you complete, those are
If
the
you want to
things
forge
that
a sword
help
from
the
the bloody
server
enemies, you're going to need
aggregate
about 500
what
enemies.
is going to happen in later
Jesus,
phases
Selkie.
of the story arc.
Is
And
that
that's, like,
true?
across all
Holy
of the
shit.
players participating
Yes?
during that
Dude,
time
I'm a
frame,
melee
what
monster,
objectives
man.
they
I
decide to
love melee.
complete
Like a
are-
melee
that's what
burly
drives what
warrior.
happens in later.
Fucking chest hair
Awesome.
hanging
What
out.
quests are available, what
That's my
NPCs
kind of
are
dude.
pulling ahead of other NPCs in
Ranger
terms
all
of
the
their
way. Yeah,
progress
the
toward their
Ranger looked
goals.
really cool. We showcased, that was
And
one of
how
the
you
last videos we
complete
showcased for this game
your-
prior.
Your quest matters.
Melee those nuts anytime.
Yes. Yeah, with some objectives, being exclusive of one another, so helping one NPC will lock you out of helping a
Magic
different
users,
NPC.
true. The magic looks
Um,
insane in this game, Cream Buddy.
So yeah,
We did
we
showcase
hope-
the magic
Oh,
update
no.
where they showed like the ball lightning and like
I'm
the
just
tendrils from the ball
taking in
lightning was
the
like
sheer
touching every part of the
beauty,
map
but also like
as it was moving.
kind of
It was
gross beauty.
so cool. It
of
was
this
so
environment.
cool.
It
Fisticuffs
is
only,
so
exactly.
Eerie.
Dude, speaking of
I
stasis,
think
we
even
played
the, corrupted trees.
we
you
played
can harvest
Zomboid last
them,
night. We started a new online
find
server.
some of
It was
them
so cool.
that you can harvest.
Max level each
Yeah.
class, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're a little bit hard to spot though.
Well, also
Good.
the I believe
So the devs are actually talking about how hard certain things are to spot. So that means they'll fix it, which is really good. I love one of the really cool aspects about this game, Cream Bunny and anyone else interested, is that this game has a they call it transparent development, and that's why they do these large like 2-3 hour showcases every single month almost, and all the devs are like talking to each other very openly about the actual devs are playing. Well, this is from March, so we're like way behind Stasis, but yeah, they had this showcase where they were just playing together on stream, showcasing. They had a plan, like they were going to show this area and they were going to like figure out what they're going to do. Yeah, this is the devs. This is like 5 or so devs playing together live. And this guy, the one who's controlling this guy, is like the lead guy. He's not a dev himself in terms of he doesn't do like coding, but he's like the money. he's the passionate guy who created all this entire game together and brought all these people together, and like he's the CEO essentially. His name is Steven Sharif. He poured like I think it was like 20 million of his own dollars into the development of this game already, and yeah, so he's like super passionate.
that as part of
But
these
yeah, I
environments,
love how they talk about the
changing,
problems.
You're also
while they play
activating
sometimes. They're
your
like, yeah, this is something we gotta
resource
work on.
spotters that might only occur during certain.
I don't really
events.
see devs do that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Definitely,
So
yeah.
yeah, like,
Yeah, no, Selkie. There's a
Is
reason
Old
the
Moon,
community that follows this
and there
game
was one that
calls Steven
Corey had just put
Sharif
in.
the Giga Chad. They have like
all
his
those things are
picture
only
on
available
like
during
the
certain
Giga Chad
stories,
guy and
every
everything,
story
like
has its
constantly.
kind of
It's a lot of that.
special
'Cause
things
he's-
that you want to try and
He's
take
like one of
advantage
those guys that like it's
Now
just
in
If they're in
pure
your
passion.
backyard, swing by and pick them up.
Yeah,
You
for
love to see it,
herbalism,
man.
for
You love to see it.
making certain potions.
This is how good games are made.
Sometimes you want to take advantage of the limited number.
Like the Larian Studios head, the one who
to
makes Baldur's
get
Gate
some of these
3,
rare
the
resources
head
for
guy for that
crafting
game is very
things,
similar.
certain poisons and potions from these limited corrupted spirit blooms, right?
Yep.
Sorry, I just disabled my my HUD right now. I wanna like this.
It
area
looks
is
so
just too
cinematic.
Crazy.
Dude, look at these statues, man.
Huge tower.
It looks
What
so,
the fuck? Look at this. It's so cool. Holy shit, man. Look at this door. The lighting coming out. Like, this is like some kind of like corrupted, haunted cathedral. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Jeremy and Hal and Adam, I think, and
Holy shit.
Who's all working on this, Jeremy?
Zach and
I love this one. This is like some triumphant statue in
Brandon,
the background.
everybody.
Your Avatar game?
Scott.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Not me.
Tristan.
I never
Tristan's
liked the
team.
Avatar
Yeah,
movie,
this is
so I thought the Avatar movie was
Absolutely
completely
beautiful.
overrated.
And talk to me
It's
a little bit
basically
about
Fern
the
Gully,
dungeon.
you know,
So
or
the
Pocahontas.
dungeon and we're heading
It's the
to
same
right here,
exact
that's the
storyline.
Tower of Carfin. That is the mage university that following
The one that's
War of
coming
the
out in
Undying,
like
the
2
elves,
months, or
to
like
know
1
these-
month or
these
something.
humans, there's
Lana, or
something
is it?
to
I think it's
them.
later this month.
let's gift them the gift of magic and how let's show them the advanced stuff.
You can
Let's
see some of
build
that
them
story
Yeah.
reflected here on these murals.
Ooh.
Build them a
Ooh.
university,
Hold on, I grabbed some stuff.
and we can teach them the way we want
Stasis,
to
you
have
played
them.
Dark Souls 3. Doesn't this remind you of like the Cathedral of the Deep from Dark Souls 3? Except it's like red. Is it already out, Busak? I'll have to look at it.
And the human said, "Yeah, show us."
Planetside? Yeah, exactly.
I think we ran by the deans, the first deans of the statues back here.
Oh yeah, we should go look at this.
I really love how some of the ornate detail in the buildings have so much symbolism attached to them. It really makes it feel like there's a kind of steep
Holy shit. Dude, they're not kidding. This is like a mural on the wall, and it's like telling a story.
If
I
we
wonder
go
if it's
back
repeated
to
or if it's
the-
going to be different murals.
Yeah.
Which way over here?
Go back this way to the statues we ran past.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, they're
All
going to show
the
us.
Former
Oh
headmasters,
yeah, these are the
headmistresses
former
of the
deans.
university.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one up front here, that's Tanfilaris Rin. He's
Oh, dude, there's lore behind every single statue? Dude, my god, this game is insane.
the elf that came over.
This is
from
the shit I go
elves and,
crazy for in any
from the
MMO.
Pyrian elves at the time. And you can see
God, I'm such a fucking nerd.
he kind of built the tower for him. Started training the first students. And then one of the other towers is his best student, Aristod. We can point out his statue in a bit here. So he was the first human dean. And he's this one.
So,
here, you
okay,
can
this
see
is
him
not a
kind of
cathedral. This is literally a mage's school. So they're in haunted Hogwarts, basically.
with the book open. That was Aristod.
Oh, Avatar: The Last
Wow.
Airbender. I played the
one
shit out of
after-
that.
Tanfilaris went back to the elves after a few decades. We've got Dean over here is the woman that's Jenica.
Jenica.
And the interesting thing about her is that she never died. She was into teleportation, and that was her big area of expertise, and she just never came back. Hint, hint, hook.
No.
That's fucking
I see
dope.
what you
That
did
mean?
there.
Yeah.
She teleported
we
and just
have
never
one of,
came back.
Lamont's orange. Over here, that's Darren Lamont.
I love how these devs are already just complete fucking nerds about their own game. I'm not making this as a meme or a joke or something. I mean, seriously, I actually love it. Dude, they're so invested. That is so good. You have no idea how important that is for a game dev. Like, that is vital. If a game dev is not obsessed with their game, like literally obsessed with like the random little tidbits and information nuances of the game, and they're not like just an absolute like annoying nerd about it, it's probably not going to be a good game. I've found this to be true.
He was a dean of the college.
He looks like
Yeah.
the wise guy.
Mm-hmm.
Dark
Oran's
Shade,
family
welcome,
is,
buddy. This
quite-
is the
they're
Ashes of
quite
Creation
central
MMO,
to
man. I was
the-
telling you about.
To the
Pull up a
story
chair,
here.
watch it, enjoy it,
There'll
man.
be lots of opportunities to learn lots of them in this story arc, actually.
That is awesome.
And the final
We're
one
having
there's,
lots of fun with this
Klon
tonight.
Xander. He was all
start.
into alchemy. So
How are you doing
that was
tonight,
his
buddy?
area of expertise that he really.
Oh yeah.
Also, by the way,
So
new
you see a
short
lot of,
is on
um,
YouTube. New
maybe some
long will be
potions in the game
tomorrow.
With a Klon or
Get ready.
Xander's so and so. That's the guy.
What do we have here?
Okay, so they're gonna explain this mural. Maybe.
Just a very normal looking door, probably nothing terrible
Oh
in there.
no, I mean this mural.
Look at
Oh, the humans asking the Pyre for help with magic.
Oh, shit. So this is basically... Oh, dude, the murals are not the same. This mural is one, saying one story, and this mural on the left is a completely different one. So it looks like he's, like, giving knowledge. So here, the humans are begging the elf for magic knowledge, essentially. And this is where the elf teaches the humans the magic knowledge. Dude, holy smokes.
Period.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the period.
I
Very
got him
cool.
teaching.
Rach, welcome, my
teaching
friend.
the
We're doing some just
controller
chatting to
for
start.
the alien at that
How are
point.
you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Showcasing Ashes of Creation.
And over here. Oh,
The-
the 5 moons.
The tower's construction and the 5 moons.
Huh.
Phases of the moon. 3 moons.
Mm.
The phases
three
of the
phases.
moons.
Or 5 phases.
Yeah.
So did the mages
Very cool.
explode the moon? Because if you look up in the sky in this game, like you could see earlier, the moon is literally exploded.
And then we also
Symbol.
have.
I mean, I'm
the-
sure we're
yeah,
gonna
the
find out.
symbology
Yeah.
for the
If
Kyrians
you
and
notice
the
on the
aliens.
doors, you have a lion head on one side representing humans and a griffin head on the other representing the elves.
Who are the guys
Oh,
pulling
shit.
the doors open? Just a couple of
Giga chats, just a couple of Giga chats
guards.
pulling open the door.
Yeah.
What is this sandal? Oh,
What are
oh my
those?
God.
Dude, look at all that feet for free,
I'm
guys.
sorry, that made me cough a storm. That is hilarious.
A Roken tile set from
That is
Warframe.
hilarious. I love it.
Dude,
All right, so
they in order to make this area appear dark shade, you have to do like an entire quest line, and it changes the entire zone for everyone. And that's why there's a red filter, because you've unlocked like this basically like blood event. It's called like the blood is still due or some shit like that. It was so cool, man. And they had to like do like it moved this bridge that unlocked this entire area, and they had to jump over and get here. This is an MMO event in this one zone. It's so
what is
cool.
our objective here? What are we looking for inside right now? Now, this is just the
I'm nerding the
entrance,
hell out right
the
now.
foyer of the tower of the university.
Boy, yeah.
So
Which is
we're
so
not going to obviously
multi-level
take you
thinking.
through everything. A lot of it's still a work in progress. Always remember that this is a work in progress right now. This is part of the Alpha 2 experience.
And dude, this
to
is
be able
from
to
March.
explore, delve into this dungeon.
This is early this year. This is 9 months ago. Who knows what the game looks like now? Like, we'll find out all together, but like, who the fuck knows, man? This is so cool.
So, what are we going to see in here?
Even more corruption and blood.
More blood.
I got you,
sure.
Darkseid. I'll check it out
I like
afterwards.
the bell.
The Tower
The
of,
dawn is
Carf-
cool,
of
yeah.
Carfin.
I guess it is a bell. Bowling.
Oh my god.
I will suck whoever's dick I need to in order to play this alpha. When Alpha 2 comes out.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Looks
saying.
great.
It's yours.
I
You
love
wish,
this
Darkfade.
interior. The lighting is so moody.
Sorry, Rach. Was that too visceral?
Oh my god, this is like the supreme edgelord environment.
Oh hell
Look
yes.
around at this. There's a treasure chest over there to
This is
go
where
to.
Darkshade would
lifestyle.
live
But after we
in the game.
look around before we go to the treasure.
Even the gothic-esque lamp with the nasty, like, flesh
Oh, dude!
environment.
Look at this, like, flesh is hanging down, man. This is like some Diablo shit.
Oh god. Ah! We have some loot. Is this like a treasure chest?
That's a treasure chest.
Oh,
Whoa!
shit, it's a mimic!
Oh, no, not like that. Nuka.
Dude, look at the mimic. It has, like, these giant, like, claws coming out of the top of it. This is the craziest fucking
Orbit.
mimic.
Nuke it from orbit. Oh, thank you, perfect.
Oh, fuck,
Where'd
it
it go?
spins?
Where did it go?
Behind us now.
Oh, come here.
This is an agile fucker. God damn.
Oh my god, this thing is crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to play
Look
this
at
game
it.
in
These are
2050.
just the
Exactly,
entrance
dude.
mobs?
It's just the entrance.
This will be the best retirement game ever.
Oh no.
That's a mimic. Yeah, it's a mimic.
Oh. No. This guy
Beat
is
the fuck out of
nasty.
him.
Now these tend to do some nasty things when they die, right? I mean, this is basically like a What is this, a hoarder? AKA mimic? No, I'm just kidding. This looks...
Baron.
They call it a hoarder, but they
away
acknowledge
from
it's
it.
literally just a
Get
mimic.
away! Run! Get back! Get back! Ah!
Oh, dude, is it
No!
gonna explode?
Look at it,
Oh,
it's party.
shit! Oh, that is so cool.
Oh, that is nasty.
Oh my god.
This is absolutely phenomenal.
This is really cool. He's any HP
Yeah,
like a
this-
player
they did an
character?
Incredible job on this.
No,
It's
he
so
was
good.
losing it, I thought. Maybe I
Well,
read it wrong.
is there anything else?
Great to explore the dungeon.
And
you
Dirk,
guys
good
wanna
day,
touch
buddy.
on
How you
from the
doing,
story
man?
arc perspective?
Welcome. We're doing some just chatting goodness to start. Happy evening, my friend. Great to have you
Oh,
back.
I guess there's
in
one
here.
thing people might be curious about. I mentioned how you could do what you needed to do, as long as the phase, you can do any quests available in that phase while that phase is
Oh, maybe.
available.
I mean,
So
that's
what
probably a
happens if
mechanic
you,
then,
you know,
Darkshade.
miss something, you
I
go
didn't
on
catch it.
vacation or whatever, and you can't log in during the week to participate in the quests that are going on in the phase for that story arc. For most story arcs, they do repeat after they complete. They'll go on a cooldown and they will repeat again.
Okay, good. So if you do miss this event, you are not fucked. You can do it again later, essentially. So so these events can and do and probably will repeat if people want them to, as in like they do the quest lines
They'll
to
have another
start them
opportunity
up.
to get involved with them the next time they come
That's
through.
really good.
So
they're
for our big
So they're not gonna like really have
major,
FOMO.
like world-spanning story arcs that will sort of tell your server's your server's own story. Those ones don't repeat.
Wait. World-spanning story arcs. Holy shit, man. That really is like OG Ultima and everything, man. Holy crap. Oh my god, dude. That's like oh my god. A lot of the first MMOs had these like major storyline events where like everyone had to, well, actually World of Warcraft had, one of my favorite aspects of World of Warcraft was like the opening of the Black Portal and such. And opening of Anchorage Gates and everything. Those were like giant server-wide events where everyone had to come together and like really do these giant events. Some of my absolute favorite things. Not locking people out of items that were event specific. Very good. Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's still like you have to do the event, but you just have to restart the event essentially a few days later, kind of thing. Bullet beats. Exactly.
Those are sort of one and done, but you can replay them. There's a different system for replaying previous phases for the big main story arcs.
Oh shit. Okay.
However, decisions and objectives you make in those won't count toward your server's what's canonized for your server, which is our way of saying,
Wait, so each server will have different server spanning events depending on what your servers do? Holy shit, man. So each server essentially has its own story. So server 1 will probably, it seems, have a different like canon server event than like any other one. So maybe one focuses on like the dwarves and like blood magic and shit, and the other one might focus on like elves and mages, and that would make the servers different. If so, holy shit, man. That means that like our community getting into the game, guys, would be like we could create our server's story. Not that they would be different. I don't know. I think I'm right here, man. But we'll see.
what decisions they make for the objectives and stuff they completed.
I'm gonna rewind it. Let's reread it.
You can replay them. There's a different system for replaying
doing
previous
stuff
phases
as
for
well.
the
I
big
know.
main story.
That's
arcs.
true, Dark shit.
However, decisions and objectives you make in those won't count toward your server's what's canonized for your server.
What's
Which is our
canonized
way
for
of
your
saying,
server?
What decisions they make for the objectives and stuff they completed.
And all this goes to really kind of creating that experience of player agency being being seen through world building and actually
Dude, the shield is so good. Dude, you know what I like? I like this armor, man. This is like some Game of Thrones, like Robert Baratheon, House Baratheon style like armor, man. It's so fucking cool. Chad Paladin? Yeah, exactly, Darkshade. He's like a warrior cleric, and that's why he looks like this. Every class is a mix of two classes. So I think warrior cleric essentially makes what is akin to a paladin.
The environment, the story, and how it influences future arcs down that path. for the world to kind of reflect it. It creates such a unique, I feel, environment between.
So no. Each server's events will affect the future events. That's what he just said, Editor. So each server can have focused stuff that makes each server its own thing. That is really fucking cool. Lord of the Rings, White Tree of Gondor, a little bit. I mean, there's a few things. I mean, dude, all fantasies entwined, man. Like, if a fantasy game doesn't take some stuff from, like, a Lord of the Rings style feel, then it's probably not going to be a good fantasy game. I'm just saying, man. That's take even a little bit, man.
Different servers and the histories that they create.
Yeah, different servers have different histories, guys.
I think Jeremy said it really well earlier when we were trying to help figure out the right words to describe these very complicated systems when he said...
Oh, yeah, it does look like the White Tree of Gondor. Oh, you're right.
In MMO, you have different philosophies on kind of storytelling. We're going to more old school, like the world.
This is bad observation. Yeah, no, I know.
Story. And in our case, you're helping.
I was just saying that's only a plus.
Guide that by the decisions that you make while doing your quests and the different players. If one goes if a bunch go one way and a few go the other way, that kind of canonizes down that way. More recent MMOs have just focused the story on the player and used instance and phasing to tell individual.
See, this is really important here, guys. He's talking about how a instance-based, individual-based phasing system is how, like, World of Warcraft does their lore and such, and an actual world event and us just being characters in the tapestry of the server is the story and how the story is built in this game. That's really cool. I like that. I've been waiting for an MMO to have that kind of thing for a really long time. The Golem. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully it's the good Lord of the Rings games, not Golem. True. More importantly, will there be transmog? Yes. There is definitely going to be a transmog style system in this game. I remember that being an update at some point. I don't know exactly what that means or how that's going to work, but there is going to be something akin to that. Yes.
Stories at different times and at different
and I will probably never use it.
We're more old school, saying the world
which is fine.
Evolving. You participate in how the world story is going. More the how UO and EverQuest and
absolutely
Unreal Ultima Online and EverQuest style.
Everybody is playing it in the same world, and the
referral code. I do not.
Everybody's building together.
All great games.
Dude, I've not even really had the time to even sign up because, like, for a content creator, they require some information and such. So I have to, like, get all my, stuff and gear in order to even sign up for this. But yeah, I definitely need to. But dude, if I ever get any referral codes or anything, I know you're interested, Darkshade. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Well,
like
go ahead, Amy. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say that one of the major goals I feel like we have is to allow player decisions to have consequences and to have meaningful
player decisions having consequences on an entire server side level.
So it seems like people can really create their own stories.
Absolutely. Phenomenal.
You can become the mayor of a town of people in this game, by the way, guys, as well. Like, I know that's a thing.
Guys.
Unlike the economy and trading side.
Thank you, for joining me to help kind of give players a little peek under the hood for the Tower of Carfen as I train your party. I apologize. And I cannot tell you how beautiful and unbelievable this area is. I mean,
dude, this is so fucking cool.
Are phenomenal. So,
you did a killer job on this. So fun to go into.
With that being said, we're gonna go run back to the stream.
Oh my god.
Super exciting stuff, and we will be back with you in just a moment.
That was so cool. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Give it to me now.
Love seeing the reactions
Holy
in chat
crap.
whenever
Darkshade. Before this little blood event started, this is what it looked like. So this is what the zone looked like, a little red, but there's like blue in the sky and everything like that. And then the event starts, and then like the tower explodes. This like red mist comes out, and it like permeates through the entire zone and makes everything like all bloody and corrupted and shit.
Big one.
If now means 2075, yeah.
Riverlands.
When
and
I
it is,
retire
a
fully
major,
at the age of 62, I'll
quest
be able to
hub
play this game,
for
guys.
Alpha 2. So this is, you guys will probably be spending a lot of time in this dungeon.
Holy
One of the
shit.
key takeaways from the system side of this, with regards to
Yeah, let's see about the system side. A little
story
bit.
arcs were something very early on that we decided was necessary to
You're already
facilitate
retired?
how
Dude,
players interacted
wish.
and changed the world. Right? We have this context of a
Okay,
very
so yeah, the moon is exploded. You can see it in the back right here.
world building kind of oriented game with the node system. And then we needed something
This is the node
complementary on
system I was
narrative
talking about
side
earlier.
that can actually facilitate the feeling from a player's perspective of my actions have consequences.
Venus
My
AU,
actions
buddy,
direct
welcome to
the way
stream.
that
Thank
the
you so much for
server
hopping on
goes.
in. It's a
And it
pleasure
had
to
be
meet you.
adaptive.
Welcome,
And
welcome,
I
welcome.
noticed there were some questions.
What kind of games do you like to
I
play,
apologize.
watch,
Yeah,
and
I've got some
enjoy?
questions about that.
Venus AU.
Yeah, I apologize again for being
Pleasure.
sick for this stream.
Happy
but,
evening, friend.
we
And thank
had
you that
some- I
follow
saw we had
earlier.
some
I did see
questions
that
about, like,
follow. You're amazing,
Can
friend.
I
How are you doing
redo
tonight?
different chapters of
We're
the story
showcasing
arcs?
some just
And yeah,
chatting right now.
As that chapter is present.
Sorry, we're just chatting and
you know,
showcasing
these
some
story
brand
arc
new indie
chapters,
game.
They exist
Indie,
for
well,
potentially days
it's
at
a
a
very
time,
well-funded
so that
indie
people
game,
have an
let's say.
opportunity to kind of move from
An
story arc
indie
to story
MMO.
arc, do things across the world. We don't want a
Oh yeah,
narrative
Venus,
system
I'm on
that
every
is,
single
like,
night.
highly
I'm on
dependent
from
on
midnight
dailies
US
or
time
weeklies,
to
where you kind of
at US
feel
East
this,
time to
this
6
need
to 7
log
a.m.
in to stay
Eastern US.
competitive
So I'm
and,
on until about
you
4
know,
hours
it
from
becomes
now.
a chore and not
Literally
really,
every single night.
indicative
So
of the
don't worry,
type
my
of
friend.
gameplay I feel as MMO players we want to have.
Welcome, welcome.
And so the story arc system is really meant to provide.
Are you in Australia, buddy? Is that
these
the
many
AU? I'm assuming.
cycles of interactive and compelling stories that are occurring simultaneously around the world and direct the future.
West Coast of
story
Australia?
arcs
Hell
that
yeah.
come next.
I've been to
Based
Australia
off of
once.
what branch
Loved
is
it.
taken
I want to go
as
back.
an outcome of the particular story arc. So, for example, in the Tower of Carfin, there are two ways that this particular story arc can end.
Okay.
It can end with a boss encounter at the top of the tower,
Okay.
or it can end with a boss encounter that's at the ground level in the supporting city around the tower.
Okay.
And when one of those branches gets decided on or gets interacted with,
This is important.
On the narrative side, that dictates future branches of the story arcs that come thereafter.
Okay, that settles it, guys. So you have essentially two major choices in this big node server event thing. And whichever one you choose, either, you know, the big boss in the city that is saying, or at the top of the tower, that will dictate how future events in this singular node on this server will go. Holy shit. So every server can actually be different, depending on the decisions made by the players. And I'm assuming there's like some giant raid or something at the very end. That is so cool. Oh my god. That is so cool. Have things up like that never amounts to much. I wouldn't say that, dude. Apparently, like, Guild Wars had a really good one like that. And I remember, dude, like, so this guy grew up on, like he said, Ultima Online and EverQuest and such. And those games pulled off these kind of huge server tapestry changing events all the time. It was like regular stuff for that manager. So, like, these things can happen, and they do happen, or they used to. I mean, just because MMOs, you know, don't do it anymore doesn't mean it can't happen. So, it has been done in the past, is all I'm saying. But, I mean, games were a lot smaller back then, to be fair. Though still massive. But, yeah, we'll see. Venus, what games have you been enjoying recently, my friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you excited about MMOs?
Can go back, and if you know you do the
this
you
very
do the
well
boss
could
fight
suck, editor.
and
I
your
just don't
friends
think it
log in
will,
later and they wanna
considering
do the
what
boss
we're
fight, you can
seeing.
participate in those
Like, dude, if they were just talking about it and we hadn't seen any of this, I would be a little skeptical. But seeing this, like, as in an alpha from March 31st, 2023, and seeing this amount of detail already, dude, it is so cool. It is so cool. And Venus, dude, excellent, man. I've been loving Season Discovery. I might be playing some of that later tonight as well. What is your class in Season Discovery? I have just a level 9 warrior and a level 13 hunter. So I've been going slow, really like exploring everything. Everything feels so new. I love it. I'm absolutely adoring it. I'm Alliance right now on Crusader Strike. So that is my those are my characters so far that I've made. I will be making Horde on what's it called? The other one. Chaos Bolt. Because I like PvP servers. Or maybe I'll choose another one. I haven't chosen the your Hunter. Excellent. What server are you on? Going Marksmanry. For raids since they added Lone Wolf. Oh hell yeah. And they add like Sniper, which will give you, I think, what is it, damage or crit or both? Where you're just like standing still. That's really cool. Maiden Wrath, welcome my friend. We're showcasing a brand new MMO. Ashes of Creation.
Multiple times, right? You're not locked out from doing it again. With the major story arcs, when the first branch is decided, that is a bit of a canonization for the server.
Okay.
And it creates a really interesting linear storyline and history that each server experiences differently from another.
It's a bad cough. I hope
and
he's
that
okay.
I feel is something that really has never been represented in MMOs before. One other thing I want to say
I'm
is that
so excited for this.
for those of you who've been following the Ashes
Penance,
development
nice,
since, like,
Venus, hell yeah.
2017 and 2018,
Are you Horde or Alliance?
we've talked a lot about
No
how
wrong answer. I'm gonna be making
this
both.
red influence and the use of this evil-esque type
Ally,
of
hell
magic
yeah. My character so far, Ally.
influences the world around you. And this is a great example in the city of Carfin, where you can see how a variant of that corruption, blood magic variant, has its own style guide, its own indication of what is going on in
There's
this area.
so much detail.
And we've always been in Alpha 1. You kind of saw a few of that in a couple places for the corruption influences back in 21. But
it's almost
really,
like playing
it's a
Horde
large
Westfall
part
Chat is
of
based in
how
Barons.
these zones adapt.
Is it really?
and can
Oh my god, I'm
change,
I'm gonna have to look forward to that.
Corruption is always trying to encroach on civilization.
Where's Mankirk's
That's
wife? There you
Larger
go.
civilization builds, the
We did
more
have
it
some
pushes
people
back.
asking questions regarding.
I've been playing World of Warcraft since beta, Venus,
corruption,
so
and
I
think it kinda ties in
understand.
with what you're
I
saying,
played beta throughout the
7-6
Lich
is
King
asking,
at
will
like an
PvP
attic level.
PvP be
It
the
was bad.
defining reason for corruption?
Bad, but very good.
And you're kind of like saying that no, it's not.
No. So PvP is tied into corruption, right?
Okay.
To a degree, your mortal coil, as we call it, or what some might consider a soul from your character's perspective within the story, can be influenced and can be changed into a shape that's more in tune with corruption. And
Wait,
that's
what?
Doing PvP things you can accomplish.
So the more you PvP, it changes your character's soul? That is so cool. Wait, what? Okay, all right. Sorry, I had to pause and I guess process that for a moment.
That. But really, when you think about what corruption is a representation of the ancients' magic, the ancients' hatred, the ancients' desire to strike back at the creation of what the gods who banished them to the void have tried to accomplish on Vera. And so corruption
This is some cool ass lore.
The essence that permeates around locations in the world and tries to pervert what that creation is.
Okay.
That really is what corruption
So we're fighting
is.
against like the corrupted ancients.
You know what? That disgusting foot. That's the one situation where I'd be okay with socks and sandals, though. I was gonna say, just put it out there.
The sandals great. The environment team. By the way, I think
they always sneak them in.
Yes, they do. But I think everyone who's watching really can give some hearts in chat. Our environment team is absolutely phenomenal, and you're just
chat. Give me an emote of how this game looks to you for Justice Showcase. Really, it can be a heart. It can be one of the sick faces. If you don't like it, like whatever you think makes sense. Any emo. Okay, Lana said, "Ow." Icy Dragon said, "High five." I like it.
That is visually stunning.
Ender, do you have an emo?
And I think that
of any kind, especially a Corgi emo. We have some Corgi emo.
Zone is well communicated.
Darkshade, how about you?
What the environment artist team has been able to accomplish.
What is that emo?
And how it changes with the dynamic quest stuff is pretty amazing. So
what is that? You have to explain that one. I don't know what that means, Ender.
Our team as well.
It's just a dude going like this. That he's just looking at it. I have no clue.
All right, I have a few more questions. I did
Rach
wanna
said crying.
mention,
Why
'cause
crying,
some people
Rachel?
were asking about the icon in the corner next to Steven's
Aku said
nameplate.
booty.
Oh yeah.
That
Makes
little
sense.
icon is actually his like secondary archetype that he hasn't unlocked, and that will change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea there is to indicate through.
You don't
the
like
party
it?
UI,
Oh,
so that
really?
we can
Okay, what do you
see
not
kind
like?
of secondary class
Nothing wrong with that.
choices that are made, and that can be changed. Of course, players can reselect different secondary archetypes.
Suspicious.
through
Gotcha.
respecking. But your primary
Yeah,
archetype
that's fair.
remains the
Hey,
same,
a healthy
and
amount
that
of
gets unlocked
skepticism
when
is
you
not
unlock
bad
that.
in the MMO world.
Yeah, and so
Her voice soothing. Yeah, she has a
people were
really good voice.
noticing that we had one of our folks with a sword over their shoulder, and they were wondering if that's a new idle animation and when that happens, or if there's going to be more stuff like that, or if they can select which ones they have.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
our animation team, Chris Myers and
It's a great question.
a few others. Part of the feedback that we got from the tank demonstration.
World's most normal two-handed DPS, swinging after the thing that they're fighting is killed. Too flashy. That's fair.
Holding that two-handed sword was that people would like to see variants of the types of non-combat idle stances that can be had with certain weapons. And so
that would be really cool. Like little immersion increasing things like that. I love.
Shoulder. And that is something that we'll be exploring further.
I do agree that there's quite a bit of visual noise, Rach. I was saying that earlier. And so like I hope that they are able to find a good balance with making abilities look interesting while also lowering the amount of visual noise.
That you have, and obviously idle stances can be a part of that.
You're a sucker for pretty effects. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
More than just pretty effects. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Will this environment change based on season as well?
Oh, with the snow and everything. Because there's seasons in this game.
Of environments in the game have some seasonal interaction.
Oh shit!
Some environments have 4 seasons. Some environments have 2. And
holy shit!
You can see that demonstrated, mainly through like snow but when it enters the corruption state outside of weather,
yeah, does snow get corrupted?
Corrupt state, you'll probably see a little bit less of the influence of the season, because really it's adopting that corruption, which is
okay. So the corruption takes over. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. That'd be like 8 different seasons at that point. That'd be crazy.
And then
don't eat red snow.
I was wondering, because Amy had mentioned, oh yeah, you can harvest the trees and things like that. If there will be like special types of trees and things of that sort for special crafted items.
Right.
Corruption isn't all bad.
Ah, I got you, Rach. That's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry,
from a mechanics perspective.
Epilepsy's rough. True.
Meaning that certain
a lot of games have a lot of
flashiness
flashiness
have a corrupt state
that can affect that. I definitely understand.
To acquire, we have a spirit bloom, which is a harvestable herbalism plant. But when a zone becomes corrupt, you can potentially yield corrupted spirit blooms.
Oh shit! Those are so the corruption and such, like these events, change the items you get in the zone as well. I mean, that makes sense, but that's really good. So it's like it'll be really important to see if you're doing corruption to get that kind of stuff, or what. That'll affect the items you make.
Also services the idea
that as
these zones change and adapt to reflect
holy
different statuses of corruption or seasons, so do the harvestables.
Okay,
that's an important part of the overall economy.
All right.
Huh.
And then Fly wants to know, this is an open world dungeon, right? What prevents
games with
others
low light?
from
That's
just
fair.
waiting until you're at the boss and then killing you and taking your boss's loot? And then related to that, what prevents mega guilds from just owning an area and preventing you from accessing or enjoying it? I did see
That's a very good question. Some like giant streamer guild or something, will that just take over the entire server and change the canon events? Ooh, that's a very good question.
A couple other people asking this in different terminology, but yeah.
So a couple things there. First of all, first thing is we don't want, in the majority of cases, we do not want to prevent another group from engaging potentially in PvP. We disincentivize it by creating safeguards within the flagging system that
flagging is very important.
Make that decision very concerning for the people that might go corrupt, right? And if you're in a large enough group of numbers, I doubt you're going to experience that unless there's some rivalry between guilds, in which case, like, You know, there's apparatuses like Guild
Smiles,
Wars
welcome
that are
back,
more
buddy.
opt-in. You can drop Guild Tag if you want. But anyways,
They're
the
showcasing a
competitive
really
nature of
cool
this
game.
environment is a PvX element. However, in situations where we want to contain a particular type of raid, we will utilize instancing. And that can protect certain engagements with certain bosses, but that's really more on the 20% of 20% of the scenarios will have instancing protection like that. Around 80% of the content is open world,
Personal player
where
development.
competition is healthy.
What do you mean, Boosack, buddy?
Is an instigator for
this game's like
friction, for
skill system and everything is incredibly crazy in depth.
And the political,
El Purple Grande, buddy. This is Ashes of Creation.
Part of the PvX design of Ashes.
An upcoming MMO. We're showcasing one of the developer videos about it. So it's the developers talking about it.
And just to be clear,
I'm a big MMO guy.
That is not for everyone. We are not trying to make a product
that
appeals to every MMO gamer. That's impossible.
You missed the beginning. We'll put it up on YouTube at some point, all right, buddy? So you can catch it on YouTube. By the way, we do have a new YouTube video
what our core pillars
as of tonight.
Design are.
All the love, my friend. Welcome,
that's
welcome.
An okay thing. And if the thought of player competition, of potential,
a lot of MMOs do get stale, Boosack. I understand what you're asking now. I mean, this game, I've seen a little bit of the information about PvP. I've seen a little bit of the information about the node system. I've seen a little bit of there's 88 zones. There's like, I think 24,000 square kilometers in the game to like traverse. So it's an absolutely huge area. So I think that'll like help combat the repetitiveness a bit. But like there's like, you could be a pirate on a pirate ship and shit. Like you could do all kinds of stuff like that. There's all kinds of like really, really broad things in this game. MMOs, in my opinion, are some of the least competitive games if done right. However, when there's like certain phases of like World of Warcraft that have been, less well made than others, it has gotten repetitive. So for a game that's not particularly well made, or an expansion that's not well made. So that can happen with MMOs, and that would be a very, very bad thing. But it looks like they're having so many different, very intricate and in-depth systems that I think that'll like help combat any potential repetition or like over repetition quite a bit, which is good, which is really, really what I'm looking for from an MMO.
Threat and soft friction is not one that resonates with you. There are plenty of games out there that are not focused around those philosophies.
I love that. Dude, basically, he's not trying to make a game. He's saying right there, I love this attitude. He's like, I'm not trying to make a game for everyone. If you do not want to do any PvP whatsoever, you might not want to play our game. Just saying. You can go ahead and play whatever other game. I like that. You know what? Just make the game that you want, the passionate game that you're passionate about. I agree with that.
Acceptable.
Make it well, but make it.
All right. With that, I'm going to move on to our art. We have a lot of cool art to share with you all. The character and
love PvP. I do too. I do too. When it's like well balanced and everything. But yeah.
The first one here, actually, you saw these, but I think being able to see them kind of in like a 3D element here on their own. These are
these are statues.
That
shit.
And you can
BDO,
see,
yeah.
saw how massive these.
I played a little bit of
BDO.
It was very interesting.
And as Jeremy
became too pay to win, but besides that, I liked
different folks. Except for I don't think they had the ones that were holding the chain, they didn't have the lore for that.
And no worries, Andrew. Have a great night. Thank you for saying hello. Good to see you, buddy.
If they haven't already. But yeah, they've gone into a lot of detail for these people and like what they're wearing and what they're holding and the symbolization of that.
I love that there's reasons for like pretty much everything.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I love
from the statues to, so on.
Adds to the environment to have these large
character
statues. And they are,
well, that's the thing. You don't have to make PvP the focus, Aku. It's like World of Warcraft. You have to like flag yourself and such.
Came before you,
like that.
So,
but it's still PvP in World of Warcraft,
Be weaved throughout different.
That's kind of what it means.
And then you did see in a previous live stream a few of the Carfin weapons, and these are just some more that are being worked on. Very exciting. So I'm
Smiles, how
folks
you doing
will
tonight, man?
enjoy getting fat loot. I know there was questions about why the hoarder didn't have loot. There will be loot, my friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
Remember
worry.
that.
Lots of
remember,
loot.
everything you guys see, is not
Mad
going to
loot.
be fully comprehensive of what we would expect in a finished MMO product. You're getting snippets of
That
very
graper looks fancy.
specific
Yeah, dude.
demonstrations, and this one was about.
Look at this. Look at this spear, man. That spear looks fucking gorgeous. Holy shit, man. These staffs. Hold on. Let me move my head so you can see these staffs. Staves. Look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that. Holy shit. This is like a Final Fantasy 16 Dragoon spear kind of thing, man. Look at that. Love spears and bows. There you go. Someone said they were a magic user. Venus, you're a magic user kind of person. How do you feel about these corrupted staves right here with like a blood gem or whatever in it? That is so cool. Oh my god, Dark Shade. Is everything okay? I hope everything's okay, buddy. Jesus.
The area of Carfin and about the story arc system. So
Design is sick?
we're very
Yeah.
still in development, very much so in development, and because of that,
Dark Shade, be safe, buddy.
we're aware of what's outstanding, of what we want to show.
Damn, dude.
That
Giving you
doesn't
big
mean that
hugs,
we're
man.
not cognizant of that fact. You guys are seeing it. We know it exists, and we have things that we're still working on. And
I'm glad you have good home
that's
security that notified you like
Of course.
that.
And
I don't have anything like that,
Alexander's,
man.
they're like, they're a baby hoarder.
To be fair,
They
I'm in an
haven't
apartment building,
found
but
stuff
still.
to eat yet.
You should.
Yeah, a little baby
Make a police
hoarder.
report. Do it.
It is a small one.
There's
I'm
nothing
sure
wrong with
there's
that.
going to be bigger ones.
It's worth it.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have, like you saw, the little pustulas in the world.
This looks nasty as fuck. I love it.
Creepy, gross stuff.
Yeah, those are
But you can kind of
nasty.
see the concept.
Absolutely
those.
disgusting.
We
I
have
love it.
some costumes. This is the autumn collar. I know they're trying to get this in for some NPCs that they're working on.
Looks great.
Major City. I
Yeah.
got you, Darkshade. America sounds so scary.
And
I
also
mean,
the giant
I've never had
slayer.
any of those kinds of issues here in Florida, and I'm in a pretty major city as well. So
Love it.
it's
Looks
it's
like a very
it's
painful
different
armor
things
to
happen
fight
in different
against.
places.
Well, I mean, there might be a reason why we need the giant slayer armor. It's called giant slayer for a reason.
I want to
and then
slay a
we've also
giant.
got the alpine
It's
baghorn,
gonna be dope.
which is
It's gonna be dope.
awesome. So cool. Like,
Oh, dude, it's like hold on. This is a mount, guys. Look at this mount. He's like a big, like furry, woolly, fuzzy mammoth thing, rhino mix thing. Diddles, we missed you, buddy. How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing okay, buddy. Yeah, woolly rhino. Exactly, a woolly rhino. Look how the tongue is sticking out there. He looks so derp. I love it. This is good. This is really, really good. More scared of snakes? Oh, yeah. I have a snake phobia, Venus. The lovely Dids, how's life, buddy? Welcome. Derpy. Yeah, yeah. Anything that sticks his tongue out like this is a derp. In the best of ways.
He's cool.
it's so fluffy.
It's so fluffy.
Next up, we have shown some of our race.
Wait, Diddles, you have COVID? Shit, dude. What happened, man? How'd you get it? I'm so sorry, man. Be safe. Be safe. Love you, buddy. Vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and a probiotic. Soup up that immune system, my friend. Be strong and recover well, buddy. Recover well.
Additions as we've gone forward.
What do you
and
see in
adjusted
this game
things.
that you think is
And
an
now we have
improvement to
another update
WoW
of
or
a
other
couple
similar
of them.
games? So when they were talking about like the way the game is a tapestry and like how server events are server wide and you're basically a small character in the story of the server, I love that. WoW is the exact opposite, where you're the main character and every single person is the main character. And depending on what the main character does, everyone's story is essentially the same. Whereas this has like completely different stories for every server, every major event, and you can get really involved on the smallest and larger levels as well. I really think that's really, 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 really cool. Also, the world design is incredibly intricate. And World of Warcraft has had iterations of it where the world design was very nice. Like Dragonflight's world design is incredibly beautiful. And then it's had, other eras where it's not been that. So, you know, having very consistent, extremely detailed worlds with world events in it, and like in the overworld map, as in not instances and dungeons, like actually just walking down the world, you see this statue and it has some kind of meaning and lore behind it and events around and such. Like, that is really fucking cool, and I really wish more MMOs did that. So that's another big thing for me.
So
Caroline,
we
I
got a
got
lot
you,
of
Doodles.
feedback on our dwarf friends, and
Was it a
you
more
know,
mild case? I
we'd
hope it
like
was
to
a
see
mild
a little
one.
bit more of the
Any
female dwarf
outrage.
here.
I've dodged it for.
From
Hey, look at that
Phoenix.
Dowie! Look, dude, look at this. Look at this mutton chops on the lady dwarf. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, a proper lady dwarf.
Love them. A little bit more
Very
stout.
cool. Yeah. Looks great.
I want to see some
And
angry
if
man
you
dwarves.
watched our character creator, or if you haven't watched our character creator stream, I would recommend going to our YouTube channel and checking
Yeah,
it out.
did we see the character creator?
You
I don't think we
can, you know,
did.
change the level of wrinkles
think we
on
did.
them as well, so you could be more older looking if you'd like to be, or younger and more
Yeah,
youthful.
she's got some intense crow feet going on there.
Holy shit, man.
All right. And
Proper
next
lady
up
dwarf,
is
exactly,
the
Busak.
Vayloon, here to judge us. She has a very judgy look on her face.
Wait, what the fuck is this? Dude, look at the Arabic influence of this one. This is very interesting. Who are these people? Who?
I mean,
What race is
she could
this?
just be very discerning.
In that one shot, she's like
Arabic Indian. Yeah.
Love these guys. They look
Hey,
great.
man, seeing any South Asian representation is pretty dope in any game, man.
Great.
It's not
Yeah,
something that
and
always
you're-
happens.
I mean, we've talked about their kind of the relation to the Jinn,
Jinn,
and
yeah.
you're gonna
No. This is a specific race in the game. So this race they were saying just now is they have like a big relationship to Jinn and shit. They're like the normal humans are like in the Riverlands. This is a character made in a different area that has its own story. Pretty sure that's a human. Yeah, but it's a variant human, diddles. God damn it! I know you're
get
trolling
to
me.
see a little bit of that today, so stick around.
Oh,
And it's
Amazonia,
pretty.
if you
It's
remove the
like
headgear.
green,
Yeah, I mean,
so
true.
that's the female, and then we also have the male.
Oh, look at that beard. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Look at that shit. Oh, hell yeah. This is a proper South Asian beard, man. This is a proper South Asian beard. You're gonna go rest? Ah, I got you. Well, Diddle, thank you for saying hello, man. We already miss you. Hope everything's going well. Yeah, proper facial hair. Fortnite's better. I'm gonna create a sub goal next month, Diddles, for my birthday. And if we hit it, I will unironically download and play Fortnite.
no, we showed in the
Unironically.
past. I mean, these are the models, but we showed in the past the.
Maybe I should
Concepts.
make one of these. I was going to make a dwarf, but maybe I'll make one of these instead.
These concepts are.
Good night, Diddles. If you're able to leave Lurk means the world, buddy.
Job.
Good to see you
Our
again, man.
artists, I mean, we are.
Got worried
we were,
about you.
We were getting some hearts in the chat. Not only our environment artists.
I hate
but,
how
like,
much
our
I like
character
Fortnite.
artists.
I don't
It's
mind.
just
I would love to
bonkers.
find a new game that I
And
love.
just so you
Venus.
guys know,
I don't mind that.
Intrepid is an entirely independent, meaning nothing that you're seeing here is outsourced.
Yeah,
Comes from another studio.
it's all made
This is all
in-house.
Our internal art
Every
teams.
single thing.
Mhm.
So it was very important to us that when
Gin it
defining
to win
the
it.
look and the visuals of the world that we create
Exactly,
that
Diddles.
internally. And our art teams are phenomenal. They've
Yeah,
done
thank
such
you
a
guys
great
for being
job.
Dark
awesome.
Tide.
Now,
Dude, I played Dark Tide
the
at launch and it
Jinn
was so...
version.
Wait, what the fuck is this? Whoa.
Now, the Jinn version.
So there's a Jinn version of this race of characters. Holy shit. Do they transfer? I bet that's like a racial. I think this is like their special racial. That is cool.
Mm.
little teaser.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
that's cool.
I
It's
bet
got
these
some
guys
of
are
the-
fucking magic users though. Oh man. I don't want to be a
some
magic
of the,
user.
the darkness around the eyes, got the
Mm.
emissives on the forehead.
Look at the
And on the
tattoos.
skin too, like the
The Arabic writing essentially. The curved
tattoos.
writing.
Very cool.
You can see the girl version? Yeah. It goes on the OnlyFans Busak. That's why they didn't show it.
Very nice.
The Ashes of
Good
Creation
stuff.
OnlyFans.
I think that gets us.
You ain't getting
through
that shit for free.
all of those. So hopefully you guys like the little update.
Guy in the white jacket looks like a
And then we're
doctor.
gonna go
Yeah.
To our studio.
He's not. He was in business. He made his millions in
Right, and
business.
forget this time, you guys.
And poured it all into this
So
video
I'll
game.
pass it on to you, Steven, if you want to talk a little bit about
Sound like a
maybe
me issue. It is a
what
me issue.
was accomplished in M4, what we're moving towards in M5, and maybe any other studio information you think.
M4,
we
M5.
should
I don't know what
share
that
with our
means.
folks.
Yeah.
Oh, month 4, month 5. Okay, I
Um,
think that's okay. That's how they
You know, for us,
talking about future development and
Excuse me.
such.
I'm sorry.
Okay. He's a little
I'm
sick,
dying.
guys.
I apologize, guys. I didn't. I haven't.
Dude, this
missed
is
a
so cool.
stream in
And hello, Doc. How you
ever
doing,
since we
buddy?
started doing them, and even though I'm literally dying right now.
No, literally dying, man. You need to make this game first.
So yeah, M4 for us was a big milestone. We hit some core.
Oh, it's a
core objectives.
milestone 4, milestone
Both
5. So
around
every
design
major
and
game has
engineering,
big
our
milestones.
5.11 update, which was a little bit larger than we had anticipated, but we took those punches. You know, the art teams, the tech art teams, have been doing a lot of optimization passes and has found a lot of gains on that front. We were dealing with a little bit of a DX issue, which we got some clarity on.
Right.
Also, we've been fine-tuning a little bit of our architecture a bit more around some of the gameplay systems and where things can share. There's a lot of work done there. A lot of the
How to kite as a
definitions,
mage?
further
Yeah,
definitions
kiting
around
is like a
expanding
big
the
part of
scope
being a mage,
our,
Doc. Same with Hunter.
our building types and architectures within the node.
What build are you
Some
going,
of the
Doc? Are you
tools
going
have been
Frost,
getting
Arcane?
revamped.
Fire?
There's been a lot of
Frost was like the
progress
only
that's
real
made from
viable
their
leveling
teams, Weymouth
back in
War side
OG,
that's been doing a
but
lot of
apparently
work.
like they super
Um,
buffed
and
Arcane as
then,
well,
of
and
course,
they made Fire a bit
the,
better as well.
Asset
They added a
creation
lot to
side,
every
character
mage
teams,
archetype.
animation teams, the combat teams.
Only 9 because they kept dying.
have been
Nothing
doing a
wrong
lot
with
of
that,
work
Doc.
in getting some of the
I knew you get like
expanded,
Frost Lance to level
archetype
2, right?
development,
How's
progressed.
that?
You guys are going to be seeing the mage next month, and hopefully the Cyclops the month thereafter.
The
Talk a little bit
Cyclops?
about raids and whatnot.
The Cyclops, guys.
A lot of progress.
I don't know if you meant
just
to
give you guys an
put
idea.
that.
As we continue
Ice Lance is good,
in
hell yeah.
production, sometimes we try different things from
What build are you going,
production,
Doc?
process perspective. We
do you think?
introduced some different approaches with the regards
Because
to
level 10
strike
is when you
teams
can
and how
start,
we facilitate and
specializing.
do cross-departmental collaboration with our strike team formats. Saw a lot of success in M4 out of those. A lot of good stuff there. We have some great pickups and hires that have been facilitated over the course.
Dude, this team for Ashes of Creation is like over 200 people or something. It's insanely huge. It's really, really fucking big. That's why the game looks so good.
And then in addition, which is kind of
probably Ice, since you have 2 different frosts. Gotcha.
GDC,
there you go, Doc. Hell yeah.
GDC.
What are your runes?
Those of you that
So
know,
Ice
Game
Lance is one. What's the other one?
Conference in San Francisco. Had a lot of great meetings there. Listened to a lot of great panels. Got a little mobbed by some. I spent a little bit of time on the expo floor. The moment I walked into that expo
Fingers
floor,
of Frost.
there's about
Okay.
40 people that surrounded me.
That's
in
a
circle,
huge one.
Signing some GDC badges and talking a little bit about AshesOfCreation. That was
Fingies
cool.
of
That was
Frost.
fun. But we've had a really good M4, so it was very, very cool. And yeah, we're continuing to hire. We have some goals this year that we want to achieve, and
damn.
And
how big?
it's a
Get good
turbulent
vibes.
time
Yeah,
in the
dude,
industry.
Busak. He's. I do too. I do
view,
too. It makes a big difference.
Intrepid as kind of a beacon project.
Strong
amidst the
leader is a
turmoil that we're
big
seeing.
thing.
So those of you out there who are who are impacted.
Have you ever seen the head of
someone
Larian
who's
Studios,
impacted,
Busak?
Send them our way.
Dude,
we do get a lot of applications each
that
month.
guy
I think we get,
like literally comes
I think
out
our
in
last
like
report
full
for Q1
fucking like fantasy
of,
armor to like announce
Q1
things, man.
report
He's
for this
so
year, we had
into it.
Probably about
He's so into it. It is so
2,500 or
important
3,000 applicants,
for a
and we
lead to be
hired
like fucking
of
passionate
those,
and
I think,
stuff like
7
that.
or 8, I'm
It's
not sure.
so cool.
So we're really selective in the people we bring on board, but our focus is to grow the studio considerably this year. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and the way that, I mean, we are a little picky, but it just goes to show, like yesterday when we were hanging out with everybody in a group.
Okay, good. Not too much longer.
um,
We got about
you love
15 more
everyone you
minutes of
work
this
with
video.
whenever you build that culture and ensure that the people that you're pulling on board are all,
Look at yeah.
you know,
Boossack,
hardworking
it's really
people
cool.
who care and love.
Layering Studios
love
is an
games
amazing
and
studio. That's
are
why
passionate
that's
about
why
it. You
Baldur's
can
Gate
just
3
see
is
that
so
in the
good,
work,
dude.
see that in
That's
the
why Baldur's Gate
relationships
3 is
that
the
we have
game of the
built,
decade.
and it really is. You know, it's
Completely.
cliche, I think, a lot of times when people say, oh, you're building a family, but like I really think we are. And there's a lot more love and care because
When you hear
it's,
your
we're people
family
first, and then we are, you know, making games secondary, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to mention on the studio update side?
I don't think so, unless I'm missing something.
All right, let's move to the Q&A, and then we will wrap this bad boy up. On the Q&A front, if you don't know, we always grab questions from the forums, and Vacnar is amazing. He goes through and answers every one of your questions. So if you asked a repeated question, because we get a lot of those, we usually just give you.
You know,
guys
I
those
should
answers
watch
in the
these
thread
live.
versus
I've never
obviously
done
putting
that.
them on the stream here.
Fuck. That
because
means
we
I've
don't
missed
wanna
out on like
keep
a
repeating
lot of
ourselves too
question
much.
answers and such.
And real quick, just for those of you who were watching the stream, and you know, understandably, the quality of this video via the stream is not going to be as high as our 4K video, which we'll be uploading later today, of this, so you guys can see it in all its awe and glory.
Yeah, we'll have that video up
Watching these lives is
today,
good.
and then
Yeah,
we'll also
I don't have time because of work.
We already have a
Every
forum
day.
thread up, so if you'd like to give us feedback on that video or
Dude,
feedback
I'm gonna have to join
on
this
just
forum and
what you
everything.
saw today,
God damn.
Yes.
feel free to head over to that thread over on our forums.ashesofcreation.com.
And let me help kind of contextualize the
Yeah,
type of feedback
go
that
for
we're
it.
looking for from this particular demonstration. Feedback one on the environments, and what you're seeing, the mood setting, the lighting, the size, you know, the idea of change, adaptive, dynamic change. That's an important one. What do you like about that? What are some of the concerns that you might have about that? What are things that you feel we should look out for there? The second is going to be around the system of the story arcs and how they interface with the with the world. And sorry, and how do you feel that that story arc is going to interface on the narrative side, and on the world building side as well? What are some concerns you have there? What are things that you saw that other games did well, that you want to see as available there? Those are important points for feedback. Obviously, the whole purpose of our open development is to garner that feedback so that we don't end up on day one of launch with a game that, you know, people didn't ask for and don't, you know, want. So this is our opportunity to pulse check. Hey, is our direction correct? Is this resonating with people?
Right.
Are these the types of ideas that you want to see in an MMORPG? And that's how we value your guys' contribution during this journey.
Yeah. And I'm sure Vacnar is frantically updating that thread now with those questions for context. But we'll get into the questions. And this first one is from Cast Eye, and they would like to know about mounts. Will mounts always be animals, or will we have
can we have like a mech as a
magic
mount?
carpets and magic brooms too?
Actually killing mobs? Yeah, Doc. Man, it can be an issue.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, no problem. Will mounts always be animals, or will we have inanimate objects like magic carpets and magic brooms?
A magic carpet? Yes!
Mounts are generally animals in Ashes.
Okay, general, that's
I'm not going to rule out there's not an opportunity in the future to have, we might have in the past. I'm not sure. I would have to double check. But for the most part, they're animals. And if there are non-animal type mounts, then those would be very bespoke and unique.
Yeah, we have more caravan-oriented things for stuff like that.
Yeah, and one thing that we would do.
I know there's shipbuilding in the game. You can be on a pirate ship.
To the steampunk type territory.
Steven hates steampunk.
You know, it's.
One of the designers, when we were going through the cosmetics and we were designing like sets, and they had like this
is
idea
important.
for kind of,
it's good to know.
We do have like arcane like engineering magic, but they was getting down the steampunk. I was like, I already know Steven's gonna tell me no, so
no steampunk guys.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
so no guns and such. I'm assuming
I'm
as
a
well.
very high. It's not to say that people can't do steampunk.
He wants proper
I've
fantasy.
enjoyed some steampunk stuff.
Right, proper
but
fantasy.
I'm a very high fantasy oriented type
Fair.
of storyteller.
Fair.
And the inspiration for Ashes obviously comes from my Pathfinder campaigns that I ran long ago. And those were always set in Final
Well,
Fantasy world,
Pathfinder
so
has
I
some
just-
steampunk.
It just compromises what
It's
I
fair.
believe is the
It's fair.
perspective of the storytelling in the environment.
Yeah, I mean, we have built a brand and we're sticking to it. And of course, our next question here is from Digital Daydream, which is about gatherables. Will items in your inventory expire or degrade, such as meats, fish, berries, or even
Ooh, that's
crafted
very
food?
important.
And if
Yeah.
so, will there be a way to mitigate this?
Generally, the answer is no. They will not degrade. We do have the idea of essentially buffed items. So the idea that like you can create a food consumable,
Okay.
and then you can potentially cook that food consumable in a piece of your home's furniture, like a stove or something. And doing so will give it a timed period in which you need to eat it to get the benefits of that particular
Makes sense. Yeah.
expanded buff.
Okay, so there
But
is.
we don't want to create an environment, I feel, where you're having to micromanage each of the resources that are very vast in our game. You know, we have a 100+ material system, where you're having to play whack-a-mole with managing those things.
Okay,
just
so
doesn't-
not
it's not
overly
compelling
manage
to
heavy.
me.
That's
It's
good.
not meaningful.
That's good.
I don't see the value in it. It just becomes
Hey, welcome, Fallen
short-
Angel. How you doing,
Yeah,
buddy?
tedious chore.
Welcome, my friend.
Our next question
Great
is
to
about world
see you.
bosses, and this is from Clonage, and they want to know when it comes to world boss respawns.
I love world
especially
bosses.
legendary ones. How will respawns work? For
Wait, what the fuck is a legendary world boss? That is interesting. Lunatic Mag, welcome, my friend. We're showcasing some MMO goodness, my friend. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
example, will it be prime time respawning or random respawn times?
It's a good question,
So
actually.
generally, in my experiences, when you have a fixed respawn time,
Soloing Hogger level 7 is
you
really
run
good,
into
Doc.
potential situations where the powerhouses of the server can keep a particular boss on lockdown, and you don't want to create that type of a situation.
Okay.
And so one of the
True.
ways that we can help to alleviate that is by having windows of respawn times, and we've all experienced this in the MMOs that we've played, where it's not necessarily known when exactly to.
So it's
to
not
coordinate
exact
with
when
your
a boss
large
will
guild
respawn?
who needs to be online.
That's actually really
right, and this
partly
can give a
really
little
good
bit
and
of
partly
a,
really bad.
a leg up on the competitive advantage.
It's gonna
front.
be really bad because you'll never know if you can actually do the world boss that day or whatever, if that's like your goal for that day. But you know, making sure it's not on lockdown from like some giant ass streamer guild or something is a very, very handy thing. So you at least get a shot at doing it. That's not bad.
For
I'm good
other
with this. I'm
guilds
good
that
with
might
this.
Be more smaller
It's
knit
very
or
different than
more
World of
niche,
Warcraft.
to organize quickly in response to the time window of a respawn. That's one aspect of it. But in addition, some of our bosses spawn off of a predicate. And those predicates can be met at any time.
Oh,
it
so
might
like an
not
event,
be
quest line, things like
necessarily
that?
a respawn timer or window for some bosses. It might be when the story arc kicks off, or when another predicate in the world occurs. The spawn happens like an event.
Oh, dude.
Those might not adhere to standard.
Considering how complicated things are in this game, it's going to be amazing and interesting to see how this, like, when this someday in the future, 10 years down the line or whatever, when this game goes live, because there's no wiki for this game or anything like that, solving this game, people will like be trying to solve this game and stuff. This game from the very beginning, dude, oh my god, man. Playing a fresh MMO when no one knows what they're doing is just one of the best experiences. I am so stoked for this. Like, this will be one of the games I'll be playing day one, if it's possible, if I'm like, you know, still around by the time it comes out. But man, I will absolutely love to do that. Lunatic Mag, no worries. How was your day, by the way? I hope you had a great Wednesday. Welcome. Thank you for popping on in. It's good to see you again. Also, there's a new YouTube video up.
And then
so
this
check
one
it
is
out.
from Frost01 about
The lovely
Summoner,
Lunatic.
the Summoner archetype.
Welcome.
It has been said that Summoner's
I need to update that.
summons will
We got, like,
be an
19
extension
videos
of
or
our
something now.
play. Will this look like our point of view becoming the summon while an AI takes over playing our character? Basically, they want to kind of understand how the system will work.
Right, Summoner is his own archetype. Venus, thank you for the
I'm
alert,
so
friend.
sorry.
Good to see
I'm
you.
getting bombarded by the production team about
Great to
meetings
talk
today
to
and
you
if
and
I'm
get
gonna
to know
make
you a
them,
bit.
So I was
I
just
appreciate
I
that.
was checking that as you were reading that.
Hope
question.
you
Can read that
enjoyed,
one
my
more
friend.
time?
Yeah, it's been said that summoners summons will be an extension of our play. Will this look like our point of view becoming the summon while an AI takes over playing the character, or how will this system
No,
work? Yeah.
That's
No, no.
interesting. Okay.
So 2 points there. When we say that summons are a reflection of our play, we're talking about that our class composition and design revolves around a holy trinity.
Right. Tank, DPS,
ideal.
healer.
The summons will also adhere to that aspect. So summoners, as they grow in level and expertise, will have the ability to select which summon is appropriate for the particular situation that they're trying to address.
Dude, that sounds over fucking powered. Holy shit. So you could have like a tank summon, and then you could, later on change to a DPS summon or a healer summon, depending on what your group needs and stuff. That is so versatile. That is so cool. Holy shit.
Those could be a tank oriented, a support oriented, or DPS oriented summon. They'll have access to a multitude of them. In addition, the secondary question there that I've heard is, will we be able to become our summon? We do have the concept of siege summons being a thing,
Siege
with
summons?
multiple summoners being required in order to create that siege summon. In those situations, your character becomes the summon, so you don't have an AI that takes over your previous
Holy
character, but
shit,
instead,
man. Just become a giant fucking
the
like
recipient
cannon.
of those additional spell effects become the actual summon itself.
So it's like a transformer at that point.
And then BlizzBub wants to know about Alpha 2 scope. I assume some features that are listed on the wiki as being in place for Alpha 2 may be added after Alpha 2 begins.
Okay.
What features off the top of your head are being planned for the start of Alpha 2, and what features are probably going to go live after the start of Alpha 2?
That's a great question. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Like I would
it's a
like
big
to see if I can
question.
play Alpha 2. So I'm vested
first I
interest
would
in
say,
this.
that when we talk about Alpha 2's perspective, it's really focused around core systems and their ancillary counterparts. When we talk about what those core systems are, it's the siege systems, it's the guild war systems, it's the node advancements, it's the story arcs, it's the character class progression, it's the augments, it's our artisanship loops and the gathering, processing, and crafting cycles. It's home ownership. It's vehicles and mounts and any number of professions that exist there. And then also a big chunk of Alpha 2 is obviously content, the ability to ensure that the hooks for these quest hubs within the nodes, the points of interest, are stood up and reflective of the content necessary to facilitate that those story arcs and commissions and buy orders. That's really kind of the MVP of what we need to achieve in order to demonstrate the loops, collect feedback from those loops and the players who are playtesting them, and then make iteration as necessary based off of the feedback we received. That's Alpha 2's perspective.
Okay, there we go.
Now,
That's
course,
good. I think they're
there are a
focusing
number
on the
of
right things for
ancillary
Alpha 2.
systems that we also are developing as part of Alpha 2's purview that we want to have available to test as well. However, those aren't necessary in order for us to begin testing. And so Alpha 2 is intended to be a very large section of the game, as well as a long testing period. And our opportunity to trickle in additional ancillary systems is something that we're going to be leveraging. Because
so Alpha 2 will be changing as we play it,
but also cognizant of the fact that it's a public test period and that players are going to see what we're showcasing, and
that'll be really cool
with that public display. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That is
you,
a lot.
You gave a gist of like what the core
that really is a lot
play loops are going to be, and that is what's going to be at the start versus like some of the ancillary things.
Yeah.
That will patch in, and of course patching even in changes to the core loops as well. And next question is from Lineker about the minimum viable product, which a lot of people call the MVP. What is your
Okay.
stance in regards to focusing on delivering an MVP?
Rage, no worries, my friend. I hope you had some
upgrading
fun.
your tools and engine to
Thank you
deliver
for hanging
a
out for a
better
bit.
product with new tech, even if that results in delays or additional years of development, like UE 5.2, UE 5.3, etc. I'm like, we actually just went through this a couple of years ago, so
Right,
we're
right.
willing
so
to take
just-
whatever it makes, you know.
Yeah, just so you guys are aware, internally how we evaluate either new technology integrations or updates on the engine. Our process for doing that going forward is essentially that our technical teams, especially our network team, our ICS teams, our gameplay engineering teams, they convene and weigh when our next update should be on the engine side,
makes
what new
sense. Yeah, yeah.
technologies might bring benefit overall.
It's a pretty simple question.
My perspective on how we balance the need for integration of new technology versus the responsibility we have in a timely manner to provide testing sessions that get us closer to the launch date.
Right.
That's a delicate balance. I would say generally our disposition is not to incorporate
sped up
new
the words a little
technologies
bit.
that yield some significant amount of delay on the development side.
Okay.
We very much take the perspective that we're capable of adjusting and or integrating those new technologies post milestone, post launch, if necessary. At some point, we'll stop updating the Unreal Engine, in development until launch. That point hasn't come yet, but of course, the larger the project grows and the more customized we have, the more custom we make.
Every
for our
engine you
backend needs
take
and
an
for
existing
whatever
engine,
else.
you kind of like
Merge
twist it
conflicts
and make it
can
your
occur,
own.
Merges can become,
Yeah.
can become big and painful, and the update process gets more painful. So,
Mm.
so to answer your question,
Here's a
shortly, we have a
balance.
team that kind of evaluates
Something I've
what
heard from a
direction we
lot
need
of
to
game
take there.
devs,
And at the top of my mind
indie
is
to
always,
larger ones.
let's not incorporate delays as a result of leveraging new technologies.
Yeah, we do a risk assessment and we decide what we do want to do and what we don't, what we're willing to move forward with. There's
What's
a lot more
worth
that goes
it?
into those decisions.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's a simple,
And so
simple
Chance-a-Lot
answer.
wants to know about passive skills. Does your choice of secondary archetype affect what passive skills you'll be able to have available to you?
I'd assume
or are
so.
those locked in by your primary archetype?
That's a good question. It's something we've discussed actually in the past, and we still haven't landed on a conclusion yet for the passive abilities.
Interesting.
And whether or not there are new ones that are introduced with the secondaries. My inclination is that we will lean towards that direction, but it's really something that we're going to be testing as probably part of Alpha 2 and getting feedback on that.
So no passive stacking, perhaps.
And then
that's fine.
Flagging as a combatant is coming. A question from Nice Gaming, wanting to know, aside from contesting open world resources or dungeons, are incentives being considered when you flag for PvP, such as you get more XP or you increase your resource gathering yield, etc.?
The only incentive.
I think
So
it's,
first of all, we want to provide zero incentive for murdering. So there's
Yeah.
no incentive to go corrupt.
good.
There's no gameplay system that
Very
touches that.
good.
There's zero incentive for a player to go red.
It actually
isn't-
gives you
it isn't-
negatives for doing that.
Yeah, significant negatives, very significant downsides. If we're talking about flagging becoming a combatant, which is not PKing, but just responding to an attack or starting to participate in an attack, the incentive there is that you lose less if you die. So if you die while flagged, not corrupt,
What do you
but
lose?
while flagged, you will lose less experience on death. Excuse me, you will accrue less experience dead on death, and the
Oh,
death
shit.
debuffs will be less. So to a degree,
So dying
we do
matters.
incentivize players to fight back.
Oh,
or
man.
participate in PvP through the flagging system, but not to PK, not to go corrupt.
But there are other systems for PvP that will give you
Interesting.
benefits and rewards and things of that sort, but not just
Other
for flagging.
No, no.
Yeah.
So those we call our events, right? Those are
Yeah.
essentially
Oh,
PvP
okay,
events.
okay. So there's
Those
like
are opt-in,
battlegrounds and
right?
shit.
If
Okay,
you
that's good. That's
participate
good.
in that,
That's
if you
good.
acquire a castle, there's a lot of strength and power that
Sieges
comes
and
from that. If
such.
you win a guild
He's
war,
talking
if you win
about
a
like
war, if you
there's
succeed in
negatives to
attacking a
going
caravan.
out to
Those are
like a
systems that you
random
can opt in.
place.
There are no,
Some dude is
there are no
mining a
death,
node and you just gank him.
there are no
Just
death,
jack him and destroy him for no
consequences,
reason.
essentially, for participating in
That's what
opt-in
it's saying.
systems like
Okay.
experience
Makes
death and
sense.
stuff like that. But flagging is its own bespoke system. Flagging is separate of the event-based PvP systems. Those are meant to really facilitate kind of crimes of passion, you know,
Crimes of
or,
passion.
or situationally
First degree
strategic,
murder.
relevant
First degree
things.
murder, guys.
All right, and then our next question is about tactical gameplay from Ace1234, and they want to know how relevant will cover and terrain layouts be on gameplay, and will environmental destruction?
I think it'll actually be a
interactions,
pretty good
with
thing.
these cover,
Pretty major. It was
and
even
will
major in
environmental
like World of
destruction
Warcraft,
interact
hiding
with
behind a
these
tree
cover
and stuff.
mechanics?
Line of
Example
sight,
being using
like
cover
that.
for protection or hiding, pushing enemies off cliffs, and blowing up objects to use as makeshift cover.
So there's not really the concept of destructible.
Yeah, probably not
terrain
destructibles. Yeah,
Or
that makes sense.
um,
That'd be very
meshes
complicated.
for cover, other than in specific systems like castle sieges, where I might be on a
Right.
rampart or behind a wall, and that could be destroyed, removing my cover.
I think
But
ESO
not
has
like
some of that.
Gears of War, I or something where I, slide up to a piece of rock or the
I did
corner
some
of a wall
PvP
or
in
something.
ESO.
Yeah, hopefully that
Right.
makes.
The next one is
Giant
from Armored
forts
Self.
and
This is our
such.
final question.
That was
about becoming
fun.
an avatar. Is it possible for a player character who has achieved the top spot in a particular religion to become an avatar of a deity?
No, not an avatar. You become a very prestigious member of the community in your node.
So it's a
You have certain
guild.
powers that
There's
are
like a
granted to you
religious
during each
guild.
node
Oh,
event.
that's so
If you're
cool.
the highest ranking member, you get unique access
The
to
god
certain
of
vendor
beer.
tables.
Give me
and,
that.
You have some directionality over the organization or religion's kind of path for content.
You could
of
be like the
other
leader of
followers.
that religion
there's
guild,
some benefits there,
essentially.
but
That's
you don't
cool as
become an
hell.
avatar.
Holy
You don't-
shit.
You don't become a herald of the god.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, though.
And
as
with
well.
that, we have
That's fair.
come to the end of our March update. It was a lot. We
Dude,
hope
that
you
was
enjoyed
insane.
that.
What an
And of
update,
course-
guys. What'd you guys think of that, man? Let me put on some music. Holy crap. That was so fucking cool. Oh my god. I'm glad we watched that. It was a bit of a trek over an hour and a half, but very, very worth it. You guys like the video, I'm going to link it in chat. Give it a like, give it a sub. Very much was a fan of seeing that. And gonna give it a like and sub myself, for sure. And I'll be putting up this, I guess, like, reaction and such to the video up later. But, yeah, man, we had a lot of fun with that. And we're gonna continue in just a moment